All right, it is 6:05 on Monday, October 14th. This meeting of the Community Engagement Committee will now begin. Let's start with roll call.
Ms. Park.
Here.
Dr. Fisher.
Here.
Ms. Mail.
Here.
Ms. Thomas.
Here.
Mr. Thompson is absent.
Do we have a motion to excuse Mr. Thompson?
We gonna do it? I'll make a motion, excuse me.
Okay, yeah, he's coming though. Do we change it then in the minutes?
We'll just note his time of arrival.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Sure.
Unenthusiastically.
So glad.
All right, do we have a motion to set the agenda?
Just update the time from 7 p.m. to 6 p.m., but then yes.
I sent on an updated one that has the time.
Hey, okay.
Motion to adopt?
Sure.
Second?
Yeah.
That's from Mel and Phyllis, respectively. And then all in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. We do not have anybody registered to address the committee. We will skip minutes to be approved for now as we are getting the backlog cleared out. And we will jump right into We Thrive.
All right. So recently we met with both of our neighborhood navigators. We are going to split what they're doing. So Gwen will be sitting on the community engagement. She'll be coming to these meetings, and Pat will be attending the recreation meetings. We're building out our action plan, so it's still kind of gray, still workable. So the first goal will be to expand the Village of Gulf Manor's beautification initiative. So that's creating and setting at least three village-wide cleanup days. We want to start collecting the number of volunteers at each of those events. And then building out the community garden, and then hosting community garden days for community members to come in and volunteer. So that one is more on the Recreation Commission side of things. Our next goal is to increase the marketing of the We Thrive and the Village of Gulf Manor events and other information. So we're working on building a volunteer, we're calling it an application right now because it's a Google form, so it looks more like an application. Just collecting people's information on their emails, when they would like to volunteer, when they're able to volunteer, their emergency contacts, what kind of volunteer work they would like to do. Our plan is to have that done, and then we want to start working on like the We Thrive portion of the webpage. So if you go to like the Gulf Manor website and you scroll to the bottom, there's like a box that says We Thrive. So we are going to start working on building out and kind of cleaning up the We Thrive webpage on the website. To host the volunteer application, kind of have the list of recurring events that are happening in Gulf Manor so people know. We're going to do an introduction of our neighborhood navigators, and then from there we'll kind of work with Recreation Commission and community engagement to work on those websites as well. And then our hope is to eventually send out like a We Thrive with a postcard, say, hey, this is We Thrive, check out our website, this is why you should volunteer, XYZ. So that's goal number 2. And then we kind of have briefly been working on like our third goal. We want to create a sustainable little food pantry network within Gulf Manor. So you've seen like the little food pantry boxes. They're like a little bit like the community library boxes that are around. They're free pantries that people can come and just take what they need, leave what they can. So right now we're in the more of the research phase, trying to figure out what's required within Gulf Manor, what liability a person who stocked it could potentially have, what laws protecting them. I've reached out to another community who's put one in and trying to figure out what kind of obstacles they face and how we can avoid that. We're researching some potential funding partners to build those, and then potentially looking for like pantries and even churches that want to partner and kind of keep those stocked on a more regular basis. So yeah, that's still kind of in its like infancy. It's just me doing my research right now. Myself, Gwen, and Pat will get together and kind of do like we'll copy the original or the ordinance from the community libraries and kind of draft it to fit the pantries, and then we'll propose it to this council and then to regular council, and however y'all want to do it. So that one's still a work in progress, but that's what we're thinking. The volunteer application should be ready soon, and then we'll start working with Ron to get the website updated. Yeah, we're gonna continue rolling with the bingo size or the council on aging classes until either Ron says we can't use this space or council on aging says stop. We're working with the recreation commission, so Pat's gonna be the point of contact so that they can get water and other snacks purchased through the recreation commissions. They have those together. That's all I got. You got anything?
So when I get snacks and stuff, I gotta go to Pat? Is that what you're telling me?
Pat will do the ordering. She'll like get the money through,
Okay, so the snacks that I already got, I'm giving the receipts to who?
Ron.
Ron?
yeah. So the next time you have to do it, Pat will have to get the forms and go through recreation commission to purchase them. We didn't have a full recreation commission meeting, so I wasn't able
Okay,
to ask,
so-
so
I just tell them what I need and they'll go get it, or do I have to go get it?
let me
No,
confirm with them first.
So it is preferred that we are giving an order to Ron to place an order through whatever channels the village has, so that way we're not relying on individuals, whether it's council members or yourself or Pat, to go to the store and procure items.
Okay.
We have talked we talked months ago about doing like a Costco membership to where stuff can be ordered and sent here. They also already have an Amazon account established, so it might be something that they order through Amazon to order here. So it'll take the burden off of you, and it will make the expense reconciliation way easier.
That's better.
Agreed, 100%. So, all right,
When does that start? In November, December?
what?
The reconciliation, filling out the forms, giving it to Ron. But the whole process that you just talked about, when does it start? It's already started? Because I guess people didn't know, because Pat just joined the recreation center.
And I've already.
You'll need to
Looking
talk
at
to
you like
Ron.
a deer in headlights.
You'll need to talk to Ron. Like it goes through Ron. Like it's
No, the
Like-
question was, when did this process get implemented as far as we taking a form to Ron or filling out a form to Ron?
I mean, it's been that way for a long time, but but as we've learned over the summer, like having the individuals do it has made it more complicated.
Gotcha.
Like the expense reimbursement is fine, but like you
So-
can,
So we just enforce it more now than what we did in the past, we're just more enforcing it.
yes,
Gotcha. Cool.
yeah, and it's not really a policy. It's just trying to figure out a process that is just easier for everybody involved.
So is Ron coming to one of these meetings or the recreational meetings, so we can talk about it? So I'm on the recreation committee, so just so we know how to do it, how the process and following it and.
I can show you how to fill out a request form.
So
That's gonna be
you
part
fill
of
out the
it.
requisition, send it to Ron, and then Ron orders it, depending on where he's getting it from.
I'm gonna,
Sounds like-
yeah, this is gonna be a topic for discussion in recreation, since it's for recreation committee things. So we'll have to,
As long as
they can
Ron
put that on their
comes.
agenda. That is not my purview for that committee, so that, you guys will have to talk about it in that
Okay,
committee.
that's great, but the conversation started here, so we're having this conversation now.
I understand, but we're gonna
Okay.
put a pin in it for the moment, and we're gonna have to move on to things that pertain to community engagement. Okay. All right, anything else under We Thrive?
Nope, I don't think so.
All right, awesome. Okay, a couple of updates here. So Free Store Food Bank, that is one thing that we are moving towards getting in place. Still working on logistics for it, but we think we have an in with a school who works with students who are transitioning into adulthood that have developmental disabilities. And so we will work on like service opportunities there for the students to be able to man the monthly food distributions through Free Store. Strategic plan feedback, I will get that out to everybody in the next week or so. Yeah, I just don't have it ready for now. So those are my 2 updates.
Um,
Dr. Fisher? Any updates? Nope. All right. Mel?
Just that the movie night ended up being fun. And to my understanding, Captain Reed is not having his open house. Have you talked to him about that? I don't know the reason why. I think he's still gonna do something, just not that.
The only conversation I ever had surrounding that was with you, that he was doing something and now he's not. So I haven't
Yeah, I
heard from him
literally
one way or the
emailed
other.
him last week and said, make sure we're still on so I can give people updates. And he's like, yeah, I don't think so. I was like, okay, then we need to chat. And I never heard back. So I guess that's off.
Ms. Thomas?
I just think there needs to be more consistency across these groups so that people understand what they're doing. And I can see why people leave because they get frustrated. And we just need to be more consistent so that we can have a start place and an end place so that we can be more cohesive as a community. Everybody seems to be working in silos. And that shouldn't happen. And I think that's why this keeps falling and falling and falling. And people leave the positions. So we're gonna have to figure out a team of people that can keep all this together. And all of these committees have to work together. So when you say put a pin in it, I get you don't wanna talk about it because it shouldn't be here. But if the discussion starts here, we have to maybe have a plan to adjust because I am on the recreation committee and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go back to the committee and we're gonna be in the same old place. So it has to be some consistency somewhere. Yeah. I just don't want people to keep dropping off these committees. It's hard enough to get people volunteering for We Thrive and all these other committees. It's just starting all over again. And we have a representative that doesn't even live in Gulf Manor, so I don't even know what.
I work from home.
What
today.
she could be thinking.
I'm from up here. Kentucky.
none of those.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order?
I had, questions. One was about Captain Reed's event, and are we doing anything in December for the village?
So the luminaria are up. Like that is an idea. I think somebody's gonna lead that, but I don't know if she's able to, so we do need to find a lead for that.
It's called
The luminaria, like to put the candles and the bags and line them up, the lights up the street.
So we talked about that in the recreation committee, so we didn't know, I'm gonna get in touch with Brian because they said Brian ordered it
Yeah, that might have been, I might have talked to you about that, yeah.
wholesale,
Okay.
so, and then we have to get on the ball because if not, we're not gonna be able to sell any.
Sounds like you're the lead for it.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Because so the luminarias are a fundraiser for recreation, right?
I think that's where the money went before.
I think definitely as we are working on having these committees, they can work together, but they will function separately. Like it will be important that the business stays in each of those committees so that way there isn't this confusion, because this conversation here doesn't make any difference because there are no members of the Recreation Commission doesn't have a quorum, so we can't be discussing their business. It was the idea for luminaries. I know that you have thoughts, Phyllis. So
No,
I
think
So
understand.
basically anything that involves money needs to stay in rec, but if it involves transferring information, it's here. That's basically the line to line.
Rec needs to kind of plan these events, purchase the
No,
stuff.
I get it.
And then they need to bring it to community engagement so that community engagement can use their channels to kind of disseminate that information.
That's exactly
Is
it.
okay.
Yeah, so it's got to be planned through recreation, which is why, we need it to go through rec. So
I get it. It's just a new group and the new president, a new person who's ahead of it. So he's learning. Everybody's learning.
as are we, who are new
Yeah,
council
so,
members. Like,
yeah.
we're all learning, we're trying to figure it out. We got to give each other a little bit of grace, and we actually have to like communicate with one another.
That's right.
And that's what's not happening.
That's
So,
exactly right.
is there any other questions? Okay.
He's like,
That's it? I feel like you got something else written on that paper.
I do. Well, I was thinking about an event, like take a picture with Santa and Manor or something, like for in December. And it's a random idea.
They
They
had
had
breakfast
breakfast
with
with
Santa.
Santa last year. I was there.
I'm sorry, I didn't join you last year.
You ain't got Manor.
And, now we talked about advertising.
Dr. Fisher, you have a question?
If you have any other questions, as far as the food bank, the project we had started on.
Yes.
Because that was part of that initial meeting.
Mhm.
So you said that you were looking to partner with the school to try and staff those. As far as next steps in terms of like having that site visit and filling out the application.
Well, let's you and I get together,
Yeah, that's-
and we'll connect on that.
Yeah, and then we can plan next steps.
Yep.
Do we got some for the seniors? I don't hear us talking about the seniors a lot in our village.
Council on Aging classes.
Huh?
Council on Aging classes?
All the classes that we do down here. Legal science and, what have we done, Tai Chi? We done a
Talk about all
cooking
the time.
class and
I mean, like, we don't do the same word seniors, so it's just.
I mean, Council on Aging, their target population is the aging population, but anyone is welcome to come to those classes.
If
So,
you feel like you're aging, you can.
Well, thank you.
So what classes are currently going on now?
bingo size for nutrition.
that's gonna be the last one for this year, because that doesn't stop till December the 3rd.
Okay. And
Is that a different version of bingo size?
No, it is bingo science, but it's nutrition.
Oh, cool.
The last one was,
Like movement.
we still movements in this one too.
Oh, cool.
We still do exercise, we play bingo. Yeah, learn about nutrition.
yoga's done. Yes, that's all the activities in.
All right.
I guess it would be on rec commission to figure something out with bikes.
That came
I'm
up
not gonna
yesterday.
let
I
you-
totally forgot about that.
You would not believe how hard it was to get the helmets.
That's where
I'm
a
so
lot of
sorry.
that's where a lot of the lines have been blurred between
Okay.
like community engagement versus rec. So that one, it's not gonna, like, if it's not going to be anything that's going to cost any money, or it's not like an event, that can definitely be a community engagement project that we are working on, and we can get that out the door once we set a date. So is there anybody who wants to champion the bikes? Like we've talked about in the past, doing like we wanted a bike course to go along with it, or some kind of qualification, or if we just want to set a day or days where it's come get a bike, come get a helmet, and we clear them out.
Yeah, I
What are your thoughts?
personally think there has to be some safety, bike safety. I don't think you should give kids bikes and helmets on them right all over the street.
Okay.
So,
And did Michael Forrest ever respond to you? Okay.
And at this point, like if we're not getting that traction there, then we're just gonna have to
do
move
we have
on.
bikes and helmets?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, we've had.
And they're
bikes since-
where?
Since
They're in the
before
municipal.
Juneteenth.
Okay, so do we have a process of moving them through, or we don't have a process? So the person who champions is gonna have to do all of it? I mean, where?
That's how that works. Like it has to
Where are
start
you at?
somewhere.
Yeah, but where are
Um,
you at in the process? You got the bikes and the
We have
helmets?
procured
Yeah,
bikes, we have procured helmets, and we need somebody to champion the bike safety course. Shyla has done work above and beyond to procure a lot of these and to reach out. So we need somebody to pick up the ball where she left off with it, to coordinate with our police department to explore if we are able to put on a bike safety course. And then, so if we are going to schedule a day for that, or if that's something that they are willing to do or not willing to do. If they are not, then we need to nix that part of it and just schedule a day to get the bikes out along with the helmets.
How many bikes are there?
40.
Mhm.
40 bikes and 40 helmets.
You know, it's a long shot, but it's a good one. How about we get one of our officers to do it? And the only reason I say that is.
Even we've talked, like, that is exactly what we were trying to do. Like, we have reached out to, go ahead.
No, I know we talked about it in the past. I don't remember nothing from 2 days ago. I'm sorry, I don't. So that, but no, it just came to me like, let our officers come out and do it. Also, the kids get to meet our officers, because again, a lot of times, the reason why community and police always have a problem is because nobody comes together.
That is precisely what Shayla is trying to work with the police department on, is to get them to come out, and we're not getting the response that we need, so it's.
Are we talking to Captain Reed about it?
Captain Reed put me in contact with, well, he said he was gonna have one of his lieutenants reach out to me, and that lieutenant has yet to reach out to me.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah,
So it has been done, just no communication, so we just need to send a follow-up email. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this on you and I'll support you, because I already put a luminary on her, but I'll support
Okay.
her. So I can
I
connect you to
don't
Reed
have to.
and get forwards on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on this team too, because bikes have been too long in the storage, and they probably should have done in the summertime, you could have
Right.
did it,
It could have been a bike trail, we could
Yeah,
have just rolled
I mean,
around, just anything, so, okay. But no, it's something that we can definitely do next year. Our children need something to do in our own community, and I believe we have.
do they want to
community-
hold the bikes that long though,
They out the way.
Yeah,
but-
in storage?
I mean, we could just push it up and give it away during the holidays too.
There we go, now we gotta get away in December,
Yeah.
for the holidays, or for Thanksgiving, something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since Reed's not doing his, open house, this might be, I mean, he said he wants to do something, this might be an opportunity to give the police an opportunity to.
There you go.
But we gotta just make sure.
Essentially just need chalk, because you do like a traffic circle, and that's how you teach kids, the hand signals for turning, what side of the road they need to ride on. There's a bunch of like the little paper rulers, because to get a helmet, you have to be fitted for a helmet, so they measure it. So fitted and then shown the hand signals, and I put something together. I have to go back through my Canva to see how deep I truly went, because I'm pretty sure I created like an infographic or
And if
something.
you did, you can just.
Yeah,
send it to me,
absolutely.
And I'll email, Lieutenant, and first I need to brainstorm how we're gonna put it together, or see whatever he has that he wants to do, and mush it together and get it off the ground before, the middle of December.
Yeah, I guess one of the quote unquote requirements with the helmets is that each kid is properly fitted.
Mm-hmm.
So the safety course is not a requirement, just a proper fitting is.
And they can get all the kids, we're gonna be here, wherever.
Line up it by size of head.
There you go. Just line up on this square, like, and they'll be happy because they're getting a helmet and they're getting a bike.
Yeah.
You get to ride around it, okay, great, take it home.
Yeah.
With your parents, with you.
Yeah, okay.
So how do you plan on giving the bikes out? It's gonna be a raffle or something?
First
Like,
40
you only have
people here?
40 bikes, and you
First
know
40.
how many kids?
What was my original plan? Oh, it was like a raffle.
I don't even remember honestly.
If you want to, as you further plan the bike, you're welcome to do like a subcommittee on it and have a meeting with people who are interested in helping you plan it. And then report back in the next community engagement meeting, what that subcommittee is planning on doing. All of that business does not have to be decided in here. But just as we're providing updates to everybody.
Do you have a business card?
I do.
do.
Make fun of my Ziploc bag.
Like that.
Well, I either keep them in my backpack or on my purse if I'm going to an event. I don't want to take out the whole card.
All right.
And then, do you know the lieutenant that you was assigned?
Michael Forrest?
That's on with the dog.
I swear I think I met him.
Yeah.
Lieutenant?
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant.
Michael Ford?
Forrest.
Forrest.
Two R's or one?
The one with the dog.
I'm gonna go with two too.
You don't
Yes,
know.
yes, the dog, yeah.
I swear I met this dog in Texas, I haven't seen the dog. Yes.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order? All right, do we have a motion to dismiss? The next, quick announcement. The next Community Engagement Committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, November 18th at 6 p.m. I completely forgot this. We will probably end up doing another buy nothing swap sometime in November. Not sure what the date yet will be.
And I'm holding on to people's stuff.
I know, same. I got another box going. How does this even happen? I think right now we are looking at, let's see here. Either the 16th or the 23rd.
In November.
The 23rd is going to be that weekend right before Thanksgiving. So either the 16th or the 23rd, depending on room availability. It'll just be on that Saturday. We won't do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday because it's not the summer, so now we're in school like we talked about a couple months ago. And we'll just do a longer stretch, probably like 9 a.m. to, or maybe 10 a.m. to 4 or something like that.
What was the date on that?
Either the 16th or the 23rd. And then we'll definitely put out, I'll put out a call for volunteers because we will probably need somebody to clean up for that day. Like shut it down kind of thing. And maybe that we box up stuff that Sunday for donations.
Well, you know, I started off, but I don't know if I ended up.
Yeah, that's fair.
It last time.
I know you did. You were an integral part of that process,
Right.
and I thank you for that.
The hope is that we get this volunteer registry built up so that when we have things like this, we can send out a blast email, hey, we have this coming up,
Agreed.
who wants to volunteer?
I love it.
So that's kind of our thought process on
All right.
So people should, for the minutes, people should look out for announcements on the website for
Yes.
the buy nothing swap.
And one question, so the next meeting is on the 18th as opposed to the 11th? It's not on the second Monday?
According to the schedule that was sent out, because the 11th is a federal
Veterans Day.
holiday, it's Veterans Day, and we are
Tracking,
Closed.
you're right, okay,
it's the 18th.
I missed that, cool.
So, all right, Monday, November 18th at 6 p.m. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
I'll
Second?
second.
All right, all in favor? All right. Thanks, everyone.